Hello internets, it's Jane Cameron from janecameron.co.uk, and today we have a marvellously blank sheet which is going to turn into something exciting. So, thank you so much to everybody who has watched my videos so far about the exciting way of applying powder to glass using things like an electric toothbrush. So today we have another exciting product to try. This is, there we go, the, running away, battery-powered nail buffer. And you turn it on and it goes. So, what you've got in there is, she says trying to open it up, is it going to open? Oh yeah, it unscrews. So, to get from here, twist it, takes one AA battery. Okay, and if the lid goes back on, that always helps. That looks like, that way around. Okay, so lid's now back on, and so it rotates that way. So it doesn't vibrate like a toothbrush did, doesn't do that. It goes round and round and round. So let's see what happens if we apply this to the glass. So always wear your mask, always wear your breathing mask when you're doing this sort of work, because it's safer. Because glass powder is not good for you. Right, without further ado, we have a different biro today. So here is one I dismantled earlier, as you do. Cancer Research UK, fabulous charity, do support them. So, I have got rid of the insides, I have got rid of the slightly moth-eaten lid, and we have the pen. What I've also done with this is I snipped it off the end, which is a bit rough, but it's snipped off because that way I can use a funnel and I can get glass powder into the top. And as you can see, it's full. So, doing this, you don't get an awful lot of control. It comes out as a nice fine little thing. If you do it from above, again, you don't really get an awful lot of control. Now let's see what happens if I add a bit of vibration. Ta-da! Good, isn't it? So, you can see what happens with that. Now, what I want to find out, though, is whether I can actually tape the two together and use it as one pen, because that would make it so much easier in the long run. So, ever faithful Scotch tape, just what we've always wanted. Bit of that. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to attach it to the body, like so. So, a bit of tape, stick it round, trying to make sure that I don't cover the on-off switch. Okay, so now it's actually attached. So let's find out what happens if we try for one-handed operation. That's curiously unsatisfying because the pen is too far away from the rotating thing to actually make it vibrate. So, cue the table. So we now know that this one is not really going to work too well. There is another option with this one though, because I actually happen to have, no, that won't work either, because it rotates. That's the problem we've got. Because we can't stick anything to it, because it will just go round and round and round and round, and then it will just, glass powder will just fly everywhere, so that won't work. So, let's take the tape off and go back to everyone's favourite touch and swoosh. Right, are we ready? So, let's see what this will do. Okay, turn it on. Oh yeah. So, it's not the neatest of objects, but it's a lot better than trying to do it by hand. Now, let's have a look at what happens if you just hold it in one place and vibrate it. Let's see how big a pile we can get. Are you ready? Oh yeah. Well, that's effective. I like that. So this one's pretty good for doing little piles. It's pretty alright for doing lines. Obviously, you can't stick the two together, so doing something very continuous isn't really going to work. But let's have a go. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, you might have noticed something happening here. See that white going up the pen body? See all the white on the end of the buffer thing? What we're actually doing is sanding the body of the pen. So, don't use anything which is actually of any significance to you, because you're going to ruin it. But, if you just need a few lines, and you've got an electric nail buffer, that could be the way to work it. So, obviously, once you've got it on, if you don't like it, you can pick it up and tap, and it all comes off, and then you can just wipe it down. Or, you could take any kind of tool and start to work into it. And then you could go back into those shapes and add little dots. Depending on how close you go to the end, you can see that came out really fast, that came out slower. So I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3. Wait. Up the end. 1, 2, 3. Wait. So you can see that pile is definitely smaller. Sorry, that pile is definitely smaller than that one. So, depending on how close you go to the end, depends on how neat your pile is, and also how fast it comes out of the nozzle. So, that I think is probably all for today. I actually quite like this as a concept. Looks a bit octopus tentacle. So, if anybody wants to do an octopus and post it, do let me know. But yes, that is the battery powered nail buffer. So, if you want to have a go yourself, please do. Again, please wear your mask. There are products out there. You can buy one that's ready-made if you want to spend the money. But this is a great way to find out if you're going to enjoy drawing with frit before you go and splash out on one that's, you know, all in one, all singing, all dancing, all that sort of thing. So, anyway, farewell, internets. Until my next video. See you later. Bye!